David Griffin. We are back. It's TV Talk. We took a week off for Halloween. What did you go? What did you dress as? I don't think I saw a picture you dressed.
Well, I was in Cabo in Mexico, so we flew back on Halloween, so I was not dressed up. The grandparents were here in California watching Little Miles. He, however, was Jack Skellington. He had a very cute Jack Skellington costume on. They had a whole trunk or treat at preschool. The grandparents sent videos and photos. We went there last year, but we were sad this year to miss it. So kind of missed out on Halloween because I was out soaking up the Mexican sun. Yes.
Hey, listen, if you're going to miss Halloween, you might as well be in Cabo.
It was a good reason. Yeah.
Good. What's up, everybody in chat? Good to see you guys. We're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Zeno Hour, Jonathan Peck, MKS Songbird, Daniel Sevilla, welcome. Scott Welsh. It's good to see everybody. If you guys want to support the show, you can see in the pinned pinned chat there. That's our Streamlabs. You can also super chat the show right here in the chat. We appreciate everything. And David and I are just here because we used to host TV Talk together on Collider with the amazing Sinead DeFries and a cavalcade of guests like Emma Fife and Sasha Pearl Raver, and I mean, who knows, a bunch of different people. And we missed talking TV, and so we came back to talk more TV. And today, David, for the first time in a very long time, we have news.
I feel like this is the first big news episode. It's been a while because of the strikes and everything, and now there's stuff to talk about. It's like Christmas right now.
I know. MKS Songbird in their trailer for Slow Horses season 3 is coming out. I didn't even see season 2. I was done after season 1. I was like, all right, get it. I don't want to do this one anymore.
Love Slow Horses. I think Songbird is coming out a little later for us. You're saying it's November 29th.
Okay.
I think we're getting it in December on Apple TV Plus.
Gotcha.
I can't wait. I love that. Gary Oldman can do no wrong.
Maybe I should watch season 2. Maybe I should watch season 2, David.
It's still slow, but it's good.
Still slow? Do I look like Arrow like this?
You do look like Arrow. Got the rocking your Stephen Amell thing going on there.
I'm like Arrow's kind of like.
Is it cold? You're up north. Is it cold up there?
Dude, it's freezing here today. Freezing. And by freezing, I mean it's like 58 degrees. I don't know. It's not that.
That's
cold.
perfect. No, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's not. I will say once the weather does break as far as temperature goes here into the cold direction, it stays like this comfortable. You sleep at night. You can we don't have a heater or an air conditioner in our house. It's just like we might have a space heater here or there, right? But it rarely. And then like the rains will come in a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty nice.
Perfect weather.
But people are mentioning the trailer that you sent me, David. Okay, so
we have Reacher.
What do you want to start with?
We're talking, folks. We're talking about we have Reacher, Echo, Shogun. We got news about The Bear. We got Yellowstone news. We have House of the Dragon news. Again, it's Christmas for TV fans. Let's start with Reacher. I think Reacher dropped today, so let's start with Reacher. Reacher, that looks good.
Reacher dropped 15th. The trailer dropped today.
It dropped today. Yeah, it did. So there was like a teaser for the teaser yesterday. But the full trailer dropped today, and it looks fantastic. December 15th, as Jesus Pena pointed out. Yes, can't wait.
I have been waiting. I think Reacher was a surprise hit, like a surprise love for me when it came out, right?
Yeah.
Because hey, K Fundy, is there an echo? Do we have an echo?
Oh no. She's excited about the show Echo, which we are going to talk about.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. Okay. So yes, Jack Reacher, December 15th. I've been waiting for this friggin' Reacher to come back forever, right? He's been gone for what seems like, because here's the thing. The only reason I think I liked the Reacher movie, I only saw the one. I only saw the first one because they shot it in Pittsburgh. That's pretty much it, right? Tom Cruise, the way my father-in-law, who's read all the Reacher books, describes Reacher to me is that he should be the dude that we're seeing as Reacher now. Giant, can kick ass, has no, he's kind of a smart ass. Tom Cruise is none of that, right?
No, Tom Cruise, he can't play a jock. Even as crazy as he does with the stunts and as charming as he is, he can't even really do like the cocky jock. It doesn't work. Work.
The cock jock?
Don't buy it.
So, okay. Is this leaving off where I think I need to rewatch part of season 1?
It looks like it's picking up some of it because we see more of his army buddies. They're showing more of the flashbacks. We got to meet some of his army buddies, I should say military buddies last season. But I learned from somebody who reads the books pretty often. He says that every book usually kind of takes place in a different town or a different situation. So he's not in one city for an extended period of time. I'm pretty sure that's how the books work. Yeah, he moves around.
Okay, which I like. And sometimes, in between seasons, you have so long that, like, if, for instance, Bosch, this new Bosch Legacy, I forget about what happened at the end with like a lot of the main storyline of this season with the guy, the Russians, and the yada yada yada. But I'm like, I'm not going to go back and watch it. I'm already too far down.
No.
But I like that Reacher is, and this season of Reacher, I mean, here's the thing: when it comes to me and action TV, action movies, I think I sit somewhere in between the outrageous and the grounded, right? Where Jack Ryan, very grounded for the most part. Reacher, outrageous, and he's like a not a superhero, but he's like a non-superhero. I think that's what I want more of sometimes. Like when when you ever seen that movie Warrior with where it's the UFC movie with Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy and Edgerton and Nick Nolte's the dad. Yes, great movie.
Yeah, Nick Nolte. Yeah, like he is kind of a superhero human, and that's what I see with Jack Reacher. Like that scene in the trailer where he kicks the car and the airbag goes off. That is awesome. That
so
is
good.
Awesome. Yes.
And it looks like I can't believe I can't remember his name, but it looks like the guy who played T2, he was in Terminator 2, Patrick. Yeah.
Richard.
What's his name? Something Michael Patrick?
Is Michael Patrick?
No, that's not right.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. Yeah. I'm glad that Robert Patrick looks like he's going to be the villain, which is awesome. I love Robert Patrick.
He's always
There's some other actors in there that I recognize. There's the one bald guy who was in The Wire, and he was in I want to say he's been in Sopranos. He's been in Entourage. He was like one of the cousins in Entourage. He's been in a ton of stuff.
Dude, says it best. Dudes punching stuff is my favorite genre.
Yes, dude. Yes, exactly. Because Josh, what you're asking about is the plot. They don't take the plot too seriously. I think that's what the Mission Impossible movies do a good job too. You want to see the action. You like the characters. But I mean, like the new Mission Impossible movie, oh no, there's this AI that's gone rogue. It's like, who cares? It's not about that. It's about the action and the characters and just having a good time. I think that's what Reacher does really well.
Do you think that opening scene at the ATM is the opening scene of the show, like of this season?
That's because the thing is, whenever he goes into a new town, at least it did in the first, it doesn't seem like he doesn't want to get involved. He's not going to a new town to like, maybe stir some stuff up, but trouble finds him. And then he's a good guy and he can't help but get involved. So I bet you that's probably episode 1. That's got to be the premiere.
Do you think that blonde cop that got naked in season 1 will be back?
No. So again, the person I know who reads the book say there's usually a different girl every book. So he's probably going to hook her. He's like James Bond. He's going to have a new Reacher girl or whatever in this season, probably.
Yes. Malcolm Goodwin is who you're thinking of.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Bruce McGill is in this. He's like the mayor of the town.
No, Jesus has it. That's the name. Dominic. He's the one from Entourage. He's in The Wire. That name that Jesus Pena just mentioned. Dominic Lombardozzi.
Lombardozzi. Is he in?
Yeah.
I don't see him in the cast list.
He's in the car when Reacher kicks that car and just stops it with his foot. That's Dominic in the car, the bald guy. That's Dominic.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. He used to come into Stoners all the time when.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Good dude. Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. He's from The Wire. Yeah. He was the cousin Entourage. Okay. I should have seen that coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's your go-to Italian character actor.
He is.
Right?
He's done well for himself. He's had a good career. Yeah. Good.
Hey,
for
we need a big, like bulky looking Italian guy from New York called Lombardozzi.
Yeah, Josh, he's in, Dave just mentioned, he's in Tulsa King, but he has a wig. Remember, he wears the wig for most of the season?
Oh, that's right.
And then he takes it off eventually.
Takes it off.
Yeah.
He's the son, right? And he kills the dad, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Talk about a show I want to come back. And talk about, I watched that Sly documentary, the Sylvester Stallone.
How was that? I want to see that.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really well done. I didn't really know that much about him. I mean, I know he's kind of a polarizing character to some, but I thought it was pretty well done. I watched the Arnold Schwarzenegger one and I thought it was like a little too overdone. That was like so long. I'm like, I don't really care that much about Schwarzenegger. But Stallone was pretty entertaining. And it was mostly, I mean, the entire thing was really about how he got like Rocky made and what like Rocky led to and that kind of stuff. And like how Stallone he wanted to be an actor that wasn't the Expendables actor that he became, but he was like, this is my spot. Like, why am I going to go anywhere else? Let me be action Stallone. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's what we want. That's what we've been asking for is that Stallone. Anyway, Reacher. Yeah, man, this trailer, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. This is
good.
Yeah,
I think this is where Amazon does a lot of great things, but I think they know how to do this. The Tom Clancy's, the Reachers, the Jack Ryan, of course, and all those. Like, I feel like that's the sweet spot. I mean, I love other things like, the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, all that. Like, those shows are awesome, but I think they do those action espionage shows really well too.
I also think that like this, like you said, this is kind of peak Prime, right? It kind of like what I said before. It's that middle ground between like a superhero show and the grounded, like way too spy-y, slow horses kind of a show. Like, give me the middle ground, and that's Reacher.
Right? I don't think if Taylor Sheridan ever leaves Paramount, he doesn't need to. I'm sure they're paying him just millions of dollars to do. Amazon Prime Video should get Taylor Sheridan's contract. They should buy his contract because I feel like the type of shows that he does would be perfect on Prime Video. It's just my opinion.
Det_muscle, maybe Detroit Muscle. I can't believe that I just found Macuga's show. I've missed this guy. Love you, wild man. What's up, man? Good to see you, Detroit Muscle. MK Songbird just writes comment.
Comment. MK Songbird knows how to comment. I don't know what that was.
He's always good. All right, let's talk. What's the next trailer you want to talk about?
Okay, so
by the way, guess what comes out like in, I don't know, 2 weeks is Fargo.
Yes, Fargo. There was a Fargo trailer. I think one was dropped within the time we haven't talked to, and that looks good too. John Hamm has nipple piercings.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he gets out of this hot tub and he has nipple piercings. It looks great. Fantastic. I can't wait to watch it.
Nothing like some good nip piercing. Anyway,
and what's his name from Stranger Things? He looks like he cut his hair, or it's like
I didn't even recognize. And he put on weight.
Yeah, it looks a little heavier in the face. Like, okay, all right,
Trevor White. Yes, season 5 of Fargo. This would be season 5.
Fargo's back, season 5, coming out November 20th, something
21st. It said.
Also, too, quick thing on Stranger Things. It seems like Millie Bobby Brown. Sorry, I'm getting all these names mixed up. Millie Bobby Brown it was like a Vogue piece, some big magazine. And I think all the actors are basically coming out now and saying like, I think we're Stranger Things needs to end. I think they're all done. I think Millie Bobby Brown's done. Everybody wants to move on and do new things. I think they're all kind of over it, is what it sounds like. This is the right time for the show to end. So
okay. This is probably the least popular opinion on the Stranger. Well, maybe it's somewhere in who cares? The show should have ended after one season. The reason they brought it back is because those kids got so damn popular and the show was so big, and they were like, let's see what we can do. And then they just rushed them all back. It's like, dude, it's like, do you remember Flight of the Conchords? Were you a Flight of the Conchords fan?
I wasn't. I know what you're talking about, but
so the story goes that they took like their whole life to write that first season, and then the show was so popular, HBO was like, let's do another one in 5 months. You guys ready? And they're like, you guys don't want to do one, and we won't do a show. And they're like, okay, we'll do a show. And they had their creative juices were gone. They couldn't write all those like amazing songs again. And so that's why season 2 suffered. And I think that's the same thing with Stranger Things. It's like these guys had the Stranger Things universe, and then we're like, oh, where the hell do we go from here? And it's like, oh, let's just keep creating this stupid monster. And he keeps bigger and bigger, and the upside down. I don't know. And now it's like, okay, we're getting to the point where like these kids are adults riding BMX bikes, and it's past it. It's like, what are you, 25 riding a bicycle? You know?
Yeah, I keep thinking about the shows that I get really excited for when they come back, and it's like, again, when Stranger Things season 5 comes out, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna watch it. But when it's not on, I don't think about it. And then until I see an article being like, oh, it's back in production, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But
Doomcoast 12. I think it would have been cool to have a new set of characters every season with a new mystery in a town every time. See, like now that's cool. That's basically like a high production Goosebumps, which I haven't watched. I don't know if anybody has watched the Goosebumps. I haven't watched it, but I would imagine that it's like something like that. I don't think you need to keep these. I mean, those kids would have been fine. They were all working as soon as Stranger Things was over. Like Millie Bobby Brown can work forever. The other kid, Finn Wolfhard, he can work forever. The other kids, who knows? But you know, yeah. Anyway, Fargo season 5. But let's talk the Shogun trailer.
Oh my gosh, that looks incredible. So Shogun was first announced. So I was at the Television Critics Association meeting in 2018, and it was announced then. It's been 5 years. This show's been talked about. We've heard a lot about it. Obviously, as you see from the trailer, great cast. And it's like, when is this going to come out? And even the show, I'm like, FX has amazing shows, but I feel like it's always had kind of like an indie feel to it. This seems like big budget. This thing seems like something HBO would do. Huge
this
budget.
Looks bigger than Last Samurai, for Christ's sake.
It does look bigger than Last Samurai, and the trailer is incredible. I can't wait to watch this show. This might be my new most anticipated show, but I think it's not coming out until January. Yeah, so we got to wait till next year, but it's only a couple months away.
It's already November.
Can't wait. Yeah, that's right. Time is flying.
Well, for two things. One, I somehow got signed on my HBO Max and I can't figure out how to sign back in. I got to figure out, because I was like midway through season 2 of Warrior and I haven't watched it. And I was like, I was so invested, and now I got to get. But Warrior has amped me for a show like Shogun.
Yes.
Right. And stuff like the fact that it's going to be in Japanese and English, and it has a bit of a Last Samurai vibe to it, with what appears to be them trying to bring Christianity into Japan. Kind of what it looks like when she rips off that cross, right?
Yep.
And it looks like it's epic across time, sort of. Like there's going to be some time jumps, kind of a thing. But then the war scenes when they're all together, I mean, give me up with that, man. Holy cow.
So good. Yeah. I'm pumped for it. I don't know much about the story. Like I did a little digging about it. I think it's based off of a novel it's based off of a novel that came out, but of the same name. I just don't really know much about it, but it just sounds really cool. Like the whole thing is, it says the collision of two ambitious men from different worlds in a mysterious female samurai. Like I'm sold. I'm done. That's all, just that one sentence. I'm in. That's all I know about it. But
the shots with the shadow and the blood splatter. I'm like, give me a break.
There's a shot of her. She has, I don't know Japanese weaponry. I just know that it looks cool. Like she has this long spear blade looking thing, and she just like gets in a crouch, and there's all these dudes. I'm like, oh man, like I just can't wait to see that. Can't wait.
It looks like you ever had like the really extended one to like chop tree limbs. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like one of those. That's it. That's what it is.
Basically, what I wanted the entire plot line of The Walking Dead to be is just give them really long weapons to swing around. Like, how do they not just they're surrounded by trees. Just take a bunch of sticks, put knives on the end of them, and then whip them at the zombies. Who cares? You get them. You kill them every time.
If they did Walking Dead in Japan,
done.
Done.
Let's hit some comments real quick. Darren Wright says, I'm going to see the Stranger Things play for my birthday in London. There's a play?
Why not? Why not?
Wow. MK Songbird. I rarely watch trailers for shows anymore outside of comic book stuff, but Shogun is easily one of my most anticipated. It comes out in February. Okay. Not Rick and Morris, like the martial arts tournament in Warrior, Josh. That's when I stopped watching. That's when my HBO Max signed me out. When he got to the tournament in season 2, I was really butthurt about it. Jesus Pena says Hiroki Sanada was in The Last Samurai. Hiroyuki Sanada are they in Shogun too?
He's the same guy who was in the new John Wick, the latest John Wick. He was contact, and if you see his face, he's been in everything. Like he's one of those guys who's been in everything. Yeah.
Have you seen okay, so you just mentioned, what did you just say? He was in what again? Did you watch The Continental at all? I watched the first episode.
I did. It was fine. I think we talked about it last time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. It was, I haven't gone back. It's fine.
Yeah. Leo says, doesn't it look like The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise at White Outsiders POV? I think it looks like I just said, Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, but I don't think it's from the White Outsiders POV, but maybe it is. Is the guy with the beard who looks like an imitation Tom Hardy? Is he the main guy?
No, I want to say it's from, I hope it's from the Japanese perspective. Maybe it goes back and forth. It's on Wikipedia. It's based off a novel. I'm not familiar with it, but I hope not. I hope it's balanced, not just from like the white perspective.
Blake Benji can't log back into account #dad. Yeah, it's every time I get logged out of account, I just get frustrated by it. I don't even I save a password, I change a password, I forgot to update the password, I update the password, the password isn't updated, then it checks my face. The face doesn't work because that's the wrong password because it won't say. I'm done. Technology, there's too much. Just give me one password for everything and tattoo it on my body and nobody can take it. Like, we just need to be chipped. Nobody can hack my chip. I just want to sign in with everything. There's my chip. I'm done. Chip me. I don't care. Yeah, MKS Songbirds, the Continental was very mid. MKS Songbirds, either of you planning on checking out The Curse with Nathan Felder and Emma Stone? I don't know. It looks too like cerebral for me. Have you seen the trailer for this?
Is that the Oh no, that's the. I'm thinking Murder at the End of the World. That one I want to check out. Murder at the End of the World. It's with, Clive Owen and the girl who played Princess Diana in The Crown. Not this one, but the couple seasons ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Emma Corrin.
Got it.
Emma Corrin. Yeah, but no, I don't know about it. The Emma Stone show.
Trevor White kind of says it best. The show has to grab me right away. The Continental didn't.
That's a good point. I haven't gone back. I watched it and I told you, I'm like, it's not bad, but I haven't gone back. Yeah.
I watched. I know it's not TV, but it's a TV movie because I don't think it was in the theater. But I watched Old Dads. Have you watched that?
No, that's
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah.
And Bobby Cannavale and Bokeem Woodbine, who Bokeem Woodbine was awesome in Fargo.
I do like him.
Great actor. Great in pretty much everything he does. Funny parts to a movie that had the worst plot ever.
Okay.
It was like, it was trying to be like based in reality, but we're watching. Amanda's like, she's like, even if you did that, we both had like big issues. I think they were going like too over the top, but also trying to ground it, kind of lost. Anyway. And Jeremy Miller says, I write down my password in my notes. It helps. Oh no, I've got passwords written down places. I've got it in note card. I don't know. HBO Max isn't taking my password and I keep trying to reset it and it won't let me back in. You can call me dad all you want. It's just not been working. And I'm getting a little upset about it, David. I'm getting a little upset about it.
Who can I talk to over there? Who can I call?
I need to call Mr. HBO.
That's the thing. You can't call anybody anymore. You can't talk to anybody anymore.
Nope.
AI's taking over.
And there's bastards.
Real quick though, Josh, I know you're not the biggest fan of the Marvel television universe right now, but there is a new show that I think a lot of people are hyped up about called Echo.
I watched the trailer. You sent it to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, right?
Yes.
It's got Kingpin in it. We are continuing the story of Echo that we learned about in Hawkeye. She was introduced in the Hawkeye television series.
I was going to say, she looks familiar. That's the Hawkeye girl.
That's the Hawkeye girl. So we're getting more of her story. Man, the Native American community is having a great year in terms of the creative outpouring of. I mean, I went to go with Michelle and I went to go see Killers of the Flower Moon. I know this is TV talk. That's good? An excellent movie. It's amazing. It's 3.5 hours. Whoa, but it's very good. And then of course you have Reservation Dogs, Josh. I know you're a huge fan of that. Huge. And now with this, in the trailer for Echo, if you've seen Killers of the Flower Moon, there was one or two of the actors I recognized from Killers of the Flower Moon are also in Echo. It especially looks like there's a grandmother or elderly figure. She plays the mom in Killers of the Flower Moon. So it's really cool to see that.
I would imagine. Well, okay. So first of all, Echo.
Yes.
All right. The only Marvel show that like the shows that I will die on a hill with is Daredevil and Punisher. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones. Everyone else has been very mid to me. Right. Like, I liked Hawkeye, to go back to it. Right. I liked Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. Thought it was very entertaining because we know who he is and we like kind of know the world. Right. I didn't like She-Hulk. Loki's too many timelines. What's the other one? Moon Knight. Now,
very forget. And I love. I can't think of his name. The actor in Moon Knight. I don't even remember the plot. I can't remember what the plot was.
Yeah, right. Like Iron Fist, as we know, was horrendous. Jessica Jones was okay. It was okay.
Punisher had moments. I enjoyed some of the parts of Punisher.
I said Punisher. I said Daredevil. Punisher. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we're kind of going back to that world, because I think that Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson Fisk is like, he's a really good villain, man.
One of the best best TV villains.
Totally. And if this like somehow gets it, somebody said a quick shot of Devery Jacobs in the Echo trailer. Should I know who that is?
I'm not a Marvel expert. Let me see. Let me type that in. I'm not.
Yeah, Red is not a flavor.
She's an actress.
Yeah, like I don't know what that does for me.
Okay, she plays. Oh no, I was way off on that. She is. Oh, she's in. Sorry, Reservation Dogs.
Oh, who is she?
Sorry, I don't watch Reservation Dogs, so I don't know. I don't recognize her.
Now I gotta look. Hold on. I would imagine there's probably got to be some of the. Oh, she's like the main girl.
Oh, cool. Good for her. Nice.
Yeah. I never knew the actress's name.
Yeah.
I never follow the. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Echo trailer. I don't know. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea what the show's about. I have no idea what they're going after, other than the fact that she is deaf and probably uses echolocation, and then she is going to. And Wilson Fisk is like her mentor / her worst enemy, because they probably had the falling out. And Echo will probably lead back into a Daredevil show, right? She's deaf, he's blind, they fight.
Yes, but I don't know if you saw that. That's something else that broke a couple weeks ago. Disney has basically cleaned house. They got rid of the writers' room, showrunners. They're starting over again from scratch and doing it all over again. So it may be a few years before we get Daredevil, but they are working on it. But they're starting all over again. I guess they didn't like what they didn't like the direction the show was going in. So which is too bad. I'm looking forward to that one.
Well, I thought we saw this was on an episode. I think when I did by myself was that Disney didn't have showrunners on their shows.
No, it was confusing. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't understand it. It's confusing.
Yeah. Okay. Jeremy Miller said, and you guys watching the Santa Claus is on Disney Plus with Tim Allen. No, I stopped at Santa Claus 2. I was like, all right, we're getting this is insane.
Yeah, it's enough.
This is crazy stuff.
I'm watching that one. Yeah.
But I will say that the sketch on SNL, the Nate Bargatze SNL is the best one they've had in a while. It was really good, right? They did the George Washington sketch that was really funny, but they did the Hallmark Channel like Halloween movie, right? And it was so good. But like the jokes on the Hallmark Christmas movies and how insane they're getting is pretty fun, you know.
I guess quick side note, when Michelle was we delivered Miles, we were in the hospital for like 5 days. There's a lot going on, and I had never, because it was in November, so I've never watched so many Hallmark holiday movies. I think I watched like all of the movies that came out this year. I was like, if I ever see, they're all the same plot. It's the same thing. A guy walks in, a girl walks in. He's coming in from out of town. She's from out of town. I haven't seen you since 5th grade. Where have you been? And then they get together. It's the same story. Every movie is the same story.
Sign me up.
I do not need to see another one of those movies.
Yeah.
I'm done. Sorry about that.
MKS Songbird. Echo will be the first Marvel project released under the newly created Marvel Spotlight banner. Focus on more grounded street level stories and less about impacting the larger MCU narrative. Excuse me. I did notice, which I love, that there is blood.
Yes. This is rated TVMA. This is a TVMA show.
Go. Yep. Give me some adult blood, street level MCU stuff. Like, isn't that kind of what Reacher is? He's basically street level MCU without a quote unquote superpower.
It's true. It's true.
Right?
True.
I don't know. I mean, I watched the trailer. They were getting during Monday Night Football. They're like, final trailer for the Marvels. I'm like, the Marvels? And then it's just like, it's all of the Miss Marvels and all of them together is like a family of fighting. I'm out.
I don't know if you heard the report, but there's Variety wrote this big expose on Marvel and where they're at right now, because it's not looking good for Majors, Jonathan Majors. His trial is going to begin soon, but it's just not looking good for him with all this new accusations coming out. And Marvel's reportedly, this is just reported, this is all rumor and speculation, reportedly looking to the old cast to bring them back that's the thing. They're like, they don't really have anything. It's kind of sad, especially if Majors is out. There goes, that's their whole, that's it. They have to get another actor to play his character. But
dude, to make a sports comparison, it's like the PGA Tour right now without Tiger Woods, or like that dead zone before they got Rory and everything. Like, they've got stars and everything, and they're banking on Roy, but they don't have a Tiger. Or it's like, right, my Pittsburgh Steelers right now maybe don't have a quarterback or don't have an offensive. We're in like a dark time. It's like, let's go back and get Ben Roethlisberger. He might still be able to throw the football, right? And so that's kind of what they're going after. They realized that when they got rid of after Endgame, they tried to restart with some of these lower characters that weren't what I don't know. I don't think we care anymore.
Yeah. I've kind of like Marvel's, like, I think 5 years ago, I would be like, oh, I want to go see this movie because I want to know how it connects to everything else.
Correct.
But I'm not going to go see Marvels, and I don't wish any ill will on Marvel. I appreciate all they've done for us. I appreciate a lot of the content they've given us, the great memories. But I just don't care about the MCU as much. But I like watching things. Like maybe we'll talk about Loki later. I'm still watching Loki. I enjoy watching Tom Hiddleston on screen. I'll check that out. But how that ties into the next movie 5 years from now, I don't know if I care anymore.
I'm kind of with you. Yeah. Red is not a flavor. Does blood really make a show better? Yes, it does 100%. And I'll as an adult, here's what I'm saying. Okay, and that was a joke. Red is not a flavor, but really not really. Okay, and here's why. And to Jonathan Peck says, to be fair, Peter Parker himself was bloody in his last movie.
True.
What I'm not asking for Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill level of blood. Okay. I'm not asking for like spurting blood. What I am saying is if you've ever gotten punched in the face, you're going to be bloody. Okay. Now, these guys are superheroes. Okay. I understand that like Peter Parker's a superhero, whatever. Tony Stark is human. And the first time we even saw him like sort of bloody was in Endgame. If you're getting the shit kicked out of you and you're human, you should be bloody. That's why I like Daredevil. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's why I like Punisher. It was real and it was it. Okay. And I always had like MCU movies were always the effing same to me. It was just like beginning, middle, it ended, and then it was like, oh, here's a post credit. Okay. I liked some of them. I didn't like some of them. Everybody knows I like the end game was like, oh my God, Tony Stark invented time travel. We've already been over this. What I am saying is that there was too much, David. And we don't know where we stand. We're getting into DC level territory where they just keep rebooting and throwing these characters at us like, hey, guess what? This one's superpower is he's a good cook. You're like, that's a fucking baking show. What are we talking about? Like, nothing in here is really drawing me in. And I think we're at the point which a lot of people said we were at 6 years ago, but we are legit in superhero fatigue. We are.
Yeah, I think this summer, which I think kind of, I don't want to say it proved it, but it showed that people can watch something that's like new IP, so to speak. I know Barbie isn't new IP, but in terms of the movie, the cinematic universe, there hasn't been a lot of Barbie live action movies ever. So this was a new adaptation of an IP. Oppenheimer is about to make, it's getting re-released. It's going to make $1 billion. People will sit and watch a 3-hour, biopic. They'll sit and watch Barbie. Guys and girls will come and watch it. So I think it's showing that you don't need to make a superhero movie to make money, which is, I think that's a good thing. Because I want all kinds. I want Killers of the Flower Moon. I want Oppenheimer. I want Barbie. I want Echo on TV. I want everything. I want Star Wars. But I think you need to be like more of a balance, though.
I think it's kind of, it was like remember when TV, what was this, like 06, 7, 8, something like that, when everything was just a crappy reality show? Literally everything was a bad reality show. Yeah. And now we're in like a golden age of TV, and maybe we're getting a little inundated with TV, but nobody seems to be complaining about good shows. The only thing people complain about is like there's too much on TV. If they keep making it, great. We'll keep watching the good ones, and then we'll start the bad ones and not really get into it, and we'll get into the ones we like. There's enough for everybody. What I will say is that there's too much of the Marvel stuff. And it has been being jammed down our throat to be like, hey, you need to care about Hawkeye's cousin, Dave. Okay. Does he shoot a bow and arrow? No. He likes crossbows. And he also happens to be into rollerblading. You're like, what's the superpower? He's like, tune in to find out. You're like, I already watched enough of this, David. I already watched a lot of it.
Yeah.
So the ones that I want to be friggin' real. I want it to be real. I'm tired of flying. I'm tired of timelines. I'm tired of space travel. Like it's something we just do. We're like, hey, put the family in the car. We're going to space. That's not how it fucking works, man. It's not how it works. Excuse my language. I'm out. Anyway.
We got some quick. What's that? We still have time. So quickly after those, we have time, plenty of time. We got all time in the world. Yeah. This is no surprise, folks. The Bear has been renewed for a third season. I don't think anybody's surprised, but it took a while for them to announce it with the strike. So the Bear has been renewed. The writers are free. They can start working on the new season. I think we can all just rest. We're happy. We're happy that the Bear has been renewed for a
Don't need any timelines in that show, David. All we need is saying yes, chef. I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, chef's coming back.
I was surprised. I was like, when I saw it got renewed, I was like, wait, what?
I thought it already happened. I assumed this
That's
already
what I mean.
announced. I have no idea. Yeah.
What took you so long? For real? Was it because of the strike? You guys just were hanging out and you're like, oh, wait, we forgot to renew the bear. Son of a bitch. Like, were they all sitting around like, okay, so fall schedule, we got, okay, so we got the bear, and they're like, sir, they actually haven't signed a contract. Wait, who's in charge of that? Like, oh, that was Derek, and he quit like 3 months ago, and we just forgot. We just figured they would just sign, and here we are. What the hell's going on? You got to see. You should have renewed that middle of season 2.
It's very exciting.
And then House of Dragon news.
House of Dragon news. So HBO, Casey Bloys, who is the creative head, he's amazing, incredible executive. Seems like he's got a little issues. So he's been. He asked his employees allegedly to troll television critics who were talking some smack about his shows.
Bloys did
so there's this whole thing. So Bloys did this press conference thing for press behind closed doors. I wasn't invited to that. I don't know. I didn't have access to that. But he showed a trailer for this season 2 of House of the Dragon, which is going to come out in June on Max. But in that whole thing, there was a article that was released from Rolling Stone that talked about Bloys was telling his employees to troll television critics. It's like, what? It's like, Casey, you have like the most reputable TV brand out there in terms of content. You get the most Emmy nominations every year. You do not need to troll TV critics. You have enough goodwill. Like, I don't know why he would. He apologized. I mean, I don't think he's going to lose his job or anything like that. But it's like, why would you do? Unless he just wanted to like, hey, I can. But I don't even know why he would do that.
Do you think people that work under him are called employees? Yeah. Has anybody said anything bad about an HBO show since like the end of Game of Thrones?
I mean, I guess the weekend, that whole debacle, that was a mess.
That was trash. Whoops.
Yeah, the Idol was not good. That was not good. But I don't know why he would need to do it. But anyway, that was a little side. But by the way, we're getting House of the Dragon season 2, and I'm sorry for trolling television critics. I don't.
My bad on that one.
Yeah, my bad on that. But we're gonna get House of the Dragon, folks. That's the exciting House of the Dragon.
And there's a second spinoff that they're shooting. Something about the Hedge Knight.
Yeah, the Hedge Knight, which has been talked about for a while. They're gonna start filming in the spring of next year. Yeah. So that's on the way. And it's called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms: the Hedge Knight.
And what does the Hedge Knight do?
I've never read. I don't know that story. I've read the books, the main series, and I don't know anything. I've read them once.
If anybody knows what the Hedge Knight does, please put it in chat. Thank you.
Oh, Duncan Egg. Yeah, that's it. Is it Duncan Egg? Yeah, sorry. Game of Thrones prequel based on George R. R. Martin's Duncan Egg books. Thanks, not Rick Samoris. That's
Rick Samoris. I'll be honest. Duncan Egg sounds like something you get at Dunkin' Donuts. Can you go on more as to what that is? What is that? Shout out to our buddy Reefism. He says, I'm rewatching Tom Hardy's TV limited series Taboo on Hulu. It's brilliant. I think Taboo was pretty good. There was a lot of mumbling.
Yeah, a lot of that was Tom Hardy at peak. Tom Hardy may be the best grunter on
grunt actor.
He might be the best.
Duncan Egg is simply Mandalorian, a knight and a bald young kid apprentice. Huh.
Oh, maybe that's why it's called Egg.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Don't be calling us bald guys eggs. Okay. We have feelings too.
That's true.
Right. Doomco saying Duncan Egg. Hey, listen, you go down Duncan, you and your boys. Okay. It's like right after a Bruins game. You're going to get a Duncan Egg. Okay. What's a Duncan Egg? You get coffee, a bagel, a donut, and you put an egg in the donut. It's a Duncan Egg. Everybody knows that. MKS Songbird. Rolling Stone article cites it started with a tweet about Perry Mason. Yeah, I never did watch season 2.
I like Perry Mason. I like it.
Did you watch season 2?
I've seen the first episode. Maybe that's saying something. Maybe that's saying, but it wasn't because it was.
Yeah. I like Perry Mason. I've only seen the first season.
I love the first episode. The first season. I love the first season. I watched like the first episode of season 2, and then I don't know if I got distracted, but I never went back to it. So maybe, you know what? Maybe that's saying something. Maybe people weren't big fans of season 2. But I love that cast.
I know.
Cast.
Zeno, I was saying, speaking of the bear, Disney getting full control of Hulu, yay or nay? They've had full control of Hulu. They just didn't tell you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They've
just more of a
had full
formality.
control. It's just been a formality. They're letting FX do their thing. FX is succeeding. Hulu is succeeding. They're just getting more money. They're not going to fire many more people. They're not going to really change many hands. Hulu's going to do their thing. FX is going to do their thing. There's going to be blood. There's going to be guts, and there's going to be good comedy. Promise you. That's not like that's Disney.
Yeah, Hulu's okay.
Listen,
yeah.
If something happens in a year and everything's turned to shit, and then I'm wrong. But right now, like they shouldn't touch a thing. Who's ever running FX and
John Landgraf,
right?
Yeah,
like
who's
John
been in
Landgraf
control
and whoever
forever.
his underlings are that are actually doing everything. David, keep doing what you're freaking doing. Yeah.
Every time at TCAs, we call him the professor because he gives this like State of the Union address. He's famous for that. He comes up and said, "This is the state of television in 20." And then he goes on for like an hour. He's great. He's the professor. Awesome. He's one of my favorite executives in Hollywood. I love John Landgraf. He's a man. Josh, one other news, Yellowstone. I know we're both watchers of Yellowstone. Yeah. So we are getting 2 more spinoffs, which I think were kind of announced, but now they're official. Okay. We're getting the 1944 series, which I believe that's what McConaughey is going to be in, I think. Okay. And then there's another series that's temporarily titled 2024. Seems like they like using the dates. It's like, do you really need to call the show 2024 when it comes out next year in 2024?
Now?
I don't know if it's called now. Yeah. Current, present. So we're getting that. And Yellowstone, the final half of season 5, which is going to end the current Yellowstone run, is going to be out in 2024, November of 2024. Okay. So gotta wait a while. Gotta wait a bit. Yeah. Another year.
I think it's been so long that like I might just be okay with where I am in the world with Yellowstone. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes,
I gotta watch it. I mean, I've invested this much time in it, right? But everybody, I don't think that there's any part of it where I'm like,
yes,
right. I've leapt that. I'm over top of this part of the parabola, David. I'm on this side. Vrock 408 and MKS Songbird and everybody's For All Mankind comes back this week. Now, for me,
spoiler, Josh, that is my pick of the week. Spoiler.
Oh, you're gonna choose earlier? You're gonna go early?
I'm sorry, I had that. It's coming out on Friday, November 10th. I can't wait. That is one of my favorite shows on TV right now. For All Mankind is back. Yeah, I can't wait.
Here's what I'm doing. Okay, David, and I would like to point out something in this. Is if you and I were dating, okay, we would be having serious conversations as to your dedication to me as a partner, okay? Because every show that you have recommended, I'm now on. Warrior in, sign me the funk up. Dark Winds, already finished all of the episodes, done. Now I have to go and watch For All Mankind. If you're saying it's like your favorite show,
I don't know if you'd like it.
What?
It's
For All Mankind?
Little slow, but the better way of saying
on a scale of The Wire to The Crown, where on the slow meter is it?
Ooh, The Wire to The Crown. It's closer to like is The Crown fast paced compared to The Wire?
No.
Oh, okay.
The Crown is slow compared.
The Crown is slow compared to The Wire. I would say it's closer to The Wire than The Crown.
Okay.
I mean, and when I say slow, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that it takes its time. That show, For All Mankind, it doesn't rush.
See, here's what I think is I tried to watch the pilot with Amanda and she zoned out. And because she didn't want to watch it, I never got back into it. So what I need to do is first I need to finish and catch up to Warrior. And then I'll go to For All Mankind, which by the time I get to For All Mankind, I bet this season will be over because they don't release them all at once, right? It's going to be a weekly thing, or is it?
It's a weekly show. Yeah. Weekly, okay.
So I will then get to there, right? Then I'll get to For All Mankind. And by the time I'm done with For All Mankind, I bet I can then get to Slow Horses.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, I like that. That's fine. Okay. It's very good. It's like a whole alternate history. It's like it asks the question, what if Russia got to the moon before America did? What does that mean? How would that change our perspective and I love it. That's so cool.
I don't know. Don't be Putin that thought in my head, David. I don't like it.
Putin.
Hey,
and then someone also pointed out Apple has Godzilla Legacy of Monsters. Josh, I told you about that one. That's where you have Kurt Russell. And then Wyatt Russell plays a younger version of his dad in the show. which is
in
cool.
Godzilla.
In Godzilla Legacy of Monsters. No, it's called Monarch. Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which is set in the. No, it's a TV show. It's coming out on the 17th.
Whoa!
It has Kurt Russell. Yeah, Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell.
Whoa!
And Wyatt Russell plays Kurt Russell's younger. So like it's cool that like the son is playing the younger version of his dad in the TV show. That's great.
Okay. Out of nowhere, Daniel Savuya with a comment: Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip was underrated. We are not talking about that, but I agree. Studio 60
was that?
Sunset Strip was about a sketch comedy show. And it was Bradley Whitford, I think. It was short-lived. I think it was only like a season and a half or maybe 2 seasons. It was network. And it was funny. It was funny. I think it was NBC, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Daniel Savuya, you want to pop in there and tell me? Reefism, is season 2 of 1923 still a go? 1923 is getting a second season?
Yeah, it was renewed. Yeah, it's still a go. Yes, it was renewed. They haven't canceled it, excuse me, as far as I know, but it was already made official a few months ago. So that's why this new announcement was just confirming 1944 in 2024.
Okay, got it.
Present day.
Present day Yellowstone. So basically, David, Yellowstone.
Yeah,
it's just Yellowstone.
It's Yellowstone.
By the way, that takes place now. Good Lord. Not Rick and Morris. Josh and David, please do a trailer reaction of Monarch. I don't do.
Do we do trailer reactions on here? Is that possible? Do we have the technology to make that happen? Just curious.
I mean, you and I could just watch it, but I'm not gonna. I don't have the editing ability to put.
Oh, I was just okay. I don't know how that works.
Well, you know what we could do? I can bring on a third screen here. I can do that. I don't know if we'll get in trouble for it. Probably will.
Oh yeah, they might get some copyrights.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you talk over it, it's okay. I think I remember that. If you talk over the trailer, it's okay.
Is that what happens?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just.
I don't have it. I don't. Yeah, it's fine. We don't want to get in trouble.
Hey, Rick and Morris, are you a lawyer? Figure that out. Thanks, man. I don't want. I don't want to get another. I don't want to get strikes on the channel. I don't have the kind of people that at Collider back in the day that could just like answer those strikes all the time. There's people working there. It's just me. Okay. Just hanging out.
Josh, I wanted to let you know we have 9 minutes and 5 shows to briefly talk about if we want to. I'm just looking at the schedule. We don't have to follow the schedule, or this is like a
David. We're following the schedule. Okay, you go. All right. What's first?
We have Lawman Bass Reeves had a 2-part premiere on Paramount Plus.
How many episodes did you watch?
I watched 1 episode.
Okay, so I'm like 1 and like a third. I'm like 1 and a third episodes in.
Okay.
Man, I'm down. I'm in.
I love the first episode. Yeah. I'm in. I'm definitely in.
Lawman and Bass. It's cool. And how episode 2 starts is pretty awesome. There's a new character that has popped in that I listen. I don't like to learn much about the show sometimes before I go into watching it, because sometimes that ruins it for me. So the fact that this actor is in the show makes me pretty excited. I like him. I like.
I love the introduction of Barry Pepper in the first episode.
I know. I said out loud, I was like, Barry Pepper?
Like, where's he been? Where is that guy? Know. Remember that HBO movie he did? It was 61. Wasn't he? Didn't he play
Roger Maris?
Yeah. He was great in that. What happened to Barry Pepper?
You know what Barry Pepper was great in? He was didn't he play like Dale Earnhardt in a ESPN original? Hold on.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, Jesus Pena. It is nice to see Barry Pepper. I miss Barry Pepper. He's a good actor.
And he is bad in this show.
He's
a bad guy.
But I like him because his character's cool, because he respects Bass. Like everybody at least in the first episode, like pretty much every white character that Bass runs into, they talk down to him. They use racial slurs, all this stuff. But Barry Pepper's character shows respect. He calls him a wolf. He's like, you and I are both wolves. He says, like, calls him soldier. He respects him. He's not a nice guy at all, but he respects Bass, which is really cool. I like his character. Knockaround Guys. Yeah. Remember that with Vin Diesel? Remember that movie?
What was it Barry Pepper that was in it? God, Barry Pepper, Dale Earnhardt. Hold on. Barry Pepper, Dale Earnhardt. There we go. Hold on. It was just called the Dale Earnhardt Story. 3. It was called 3, the Dale Earnhardt Story, and Barry Pepper played Dale Earnhardt. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good. I
can see that. He kind of looks like Elvis when he was younger too. He got a little bit of an Elvis look to him back when he was younger.
He's aged kind of nicely too. Like he looks like Barry Pepper should look at this age, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's perfect for this role. Josh, Josh, how are you feeling? I've already seen Bosch Legacy. How you kind of mentioned it briefly.
Have you watched all of it?
I've already seen the whole thing, yeah.
Okay, so
I won't say, I won't spoil anything.
Hold on, let me see where we are. Freebie 5 episode.
My only thing with the new season is I loved it, but I wish they would have spent a bit more time on.
We're on episode 6 of season 2.
Yeah,
okay.
so this already happened. I wish they would have spent a little more time with the whole kidnapping situation with Maddie. I feel like they kind of solved it almost
way too quickly.
Like
yes.
Way too quickly. Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted more time on that.
Troy saying it best. Tough to beat Barry Pepper and Saving Private Ryan. Agreed. No, I have loved Bosch so far. I mean, I love Bosch. What can I say? I love the show. I love the cadence of it. I love the acting in it. I thought they could have done. I would have cared more if like Maddie, if they did Maddie a little different. Like it felt like it was 2 shows in this one season.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
2 episodes on Maddie, and now it's like Maddie's re-entry back in the force. I don't know. I think there's like.
And I feel like they kind of brushed over the PTSD that she had. Like they kind of talk about it, but not really. So there's parts that I don't know, but I still love the show. Still love it.
I don't. The one murder that they're trying to solve, and then the FBI is coming after Bosch. But the one murder they're trying to solve, I don't like. I'm 6 episodes in. I don't even care about it. Like, what do I care about this? You know what I mean? So I think it's again. I mean, Amanda and I are watching it, but I'm not. Yeah, I think it's. Again, it's Bosch, so I'm gonna give it a pass.
Yeah.
Right. It's earned its ability to give me a pass, but it's not my favorite season. I'll say that much.
I gotcha. I hear you.
Yeah.
Josh, tell me about Untold, the yacht one, the Yacht. Is this about a boat?
It's about a boat. Okay, so I know this is kind of older, but I've been like trying to catch up on the Untold. So I'm like 20 minutes into the Tim Donaghy one, the ref in the NBA that got busted. But I knew nothing about like the 1983 America's Cup, and that America like never lost this cup. And then we go and we race against Australia, and they had some like crazy guy design them this new boat. It was awesome. Like I don't think I've ever cared about a sailing race or know how it works or anything like that. But the goings on and like the schmuckery that is how much money that goes into a yacht race, man, I was down. I highly recommend it.
Okay, I'm gonna check that one out. Josh, I know you're not as much into animated programming, but I know you said you like superhero things with blood and consequences, real consequences. Invincible is that show. It's an animated series based off Robert Kirkman's graphic novel.
It's Kirkman, right?
It's Robert Kirkman. Okay. It's really well done. You have Stephen Yeun, in the lead role. It's really well done. The season 2 premiere is crazy. It's bloody. It's everything. If you can, that's the thing. The episodes are long. They're almost like they're in the 50-minute range for an animated series. A little long. It's a little long,
but it has like anime style. It's 2D anime style animation, right?
Not too. Yeah, I guess. I'm so bad with animation styles. It's not like a Pixar movie. But is that what 2D is? I have no idea what animation style is.
Hold on, I'm looking at the.
But it's cool looking, and I love the action sequences are crazy. So yeah, Jerry Miller says Invincible. Invincible's no. Josh is like, no, I'm not watching that. Yeah,
he's
out. No, he's out. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, the season 2 premiere was good. I enjoyed it. I'm happy it's back on.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to get tweeted at by the kid that keeps creating fake accounts to tell me that animation is fine. I am not saying it's bad. I'm saying I don't watch it. How many times do I have to tell all of the people that like try to crucify me about my opinions on anime and animation? I like Family Guy. I think it's funny. I like South Park. I think it's funny. I like.
You're a fan of The Simpsons? Yeah.
Serious animation with blood and karate chopping is not for me. It's not me. Sorry, dog.
All right, Josh, the show you might be into.
Okay.
All the Light We Cannot See. It is a new miniseries on. It's only 4 episodes. That's it. 4 and done.
It keeps advertising to me on Netflix. I got to see this, huh?
It's set in World War II. It's got a little bit of a fantasy element to it. The novel back in 2014 won the Pulitzer Prize. You kind of have an unknown actress who was hired out of thousands of people to play this cute blind girl that's in France, and she's trying to find her dad, and it's a very touching story. It's beautiful. It's a little, I don't want to call it hokey. It's not hokey, but it's a little fantastical. It's got a fantasy element to it. It's not like Saving Private Ryan or even The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It's not on that level, but it's really well done. And it's only 4 episodes. So if you have time, I'd check it out.
Okay. All the Light We Cannot See. All right.
All the Light We Cannot See.
List. putting on the short list. I'm putting on my David short list. David puts nothing that I recommend on his short list, but I'm gonna.
I do. I need to watch Daisy Jones and the Six. I need to watch
all night, David. Dinner's cold. You still haven't watched Daisy Jones and the Six, for Christ's sake. You haven't watched Drops of God. You haven't watched any of them.
I know. It's been a hard year, Josh. I've just been watching a lot of Buffalo podcasts. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the team, why we're so bad this year. The Steelers are in the play at the NFL season ended today. The Steelers are in the playoffs with Kenny Pickett, and Buffalo with Josh Allen is on the outside looking in the 8th spot. I'm losing my mind. It's a rough season.
It's insanity. I'm sorry.
I'm struggling this season, Josh. I'm struggling.
I can't listen to any Pittsburgh podcasts anymore because they get me too upset. So I just listen to golf podcasts, and I highly recommend. It's not my pick of the week, but No Laying Up is a podcast I think you'd really enjoy, David. Yeah. They just they talk at length about. They do recaps of like the actual golf, but then they have like story ones about like the 1996 majors season. Like they do a really good job. I mean, I don't know. I can listen to golf stuff, and it's become my.
I do like golf stuff. I watched the guys from Foreplay from Barstool Sports. I think they played Grant Horvat the other day on YouTube. I watched that for about 45 minutes. That was fun. That brought me some joy.
YouTube golf is it, man. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Troy says, don't forget your Kenny of the week. All right, David, your pick of the week. You got to do it again. You got to
do it again. My pick of the week, Josh does it best, of course. My pick of the week is For All Mankind. Okay. The new season. We are going to the 2000s. We are on Mars. Can they build a city on Mars? Let's see what happens. Let's go. November 10th on Friday. Can't wait.
They're going to Mars already?
They're already there. Spoiler.
Oh.
Yeah, they're already there. Yep. You got to watch it, Josh. It's a good show. It's a good show.
All right. I'm going to throw it back to my my. I think it was really paved over and not enough was said about it, but the fact that we lost Matthew Perry about a week ago, maybe one of the greatest TV actors of all time, Chandler Bing, one of the greatest TV characters of all time, my favorite character in all of Friends, and it's not close. I mean, Joey a close second on that show, but Chandler Bing is that show. Without Chandler, he's the glue. Without Chandler, that show isn't as good as it is. I don't care. You can say what you want about Ross and Rachel and Monica and Joey and Phoebe. It's Chandler. Chandler is me. My pick of the week is not Friends. Friends easily, whatever. He did a brief show on network TV. I believe it was on NBC. It was called Go On. Okay. And he played like the manager of basically I don't know what city he was in, but it was like if he managed the arena where the Penguins played. And it was like, okay, so he's got hockey, but he's also got to deal with like a circus and concerts and all this kind of stuff. It was silly and fun. And I loved it. And I don't think it got one season. And I highly recommend. Not Rick Zamora says, but Joey's series is proof. Josh, I'm glad that there wasn't like a Chandler series, but Matthew Perry was great in it. He battled with a lot of addiction and substance abuse problems and all that kind of stuff, and he was just an incredibly talented guy. And to lose him this young and whatever is just like go back and watch. When he was at his peak and how good he was as Chandler and Friends, because there aren't many better TV performances in history for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
well said.
Thanks, buddy. Well, that's it. I'll be going about watching, TV and cramming it in where I can, in between being a dad and a husband. And we're here every single. All we can do, David. That's all we can do. In between golf, husband, dadding, we throw in TV. And Scott Wells, shout out Mellon Arena. What? I still call it the Civic Arena. The Civic Arena was what it was first called, David. And then Mellon bought it. They call it the Mellon Arena. But to us, like original Pittsburghers, it's hard. Like it's always going to be Heinz Field. It can't be Acrisure Stadium.
The same with Buffalo. It's like Ralph Wilson. Oh, Rich Stadium was in the Jim Kelly days. I always think of like Rich Stadium. Yeah.
See, Rich Stadium.
Days, yeah. Rich Stadium.
Civic Arena is where the helicopter crashed in the movie Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme, if you remember.
Yep, I do remember that one.
Reef says, my introduction to Matthew Perry was an 80s sitcom called Boys Will Be Boys on Fox. It was one of the first shows Fox did. R.I.P. Yeah, I don't remember that. I never watched it. I should check that out. Boys Will Be Boys. Huh? Well, these are two boys being boys. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, it's, call somebody, text them, tell them we love them. It's ways to love and hate. Find the good, put down the book, pick on the remote. David, pick up the remote. David, just keep talking while I hit end stream. And
I got to catch up with Loki. I'm 2 episodes behind. I've seen the first 3. There's 5